All right, happy Friday. What mispronounced word immediately makes you think, man, that person's dumb? Stitcher comment.
I don't think you're dumb because you're not dumb. But it was a lot of comments on that video, and I want to go through some of them just to show how not dumb they are. Starting off with a classic, ax instead of ask. And this is a case of metathesis, right? A case of sounds getting switched around in a word. And this is not exclusive to ax, right? Bird used to be brid, right? B-R-I-D. So this is a pretty natural linguistic process, right? The main reason why ax is demonized is because it's associated with black people. So you might want to unpack that one. And up top, we got seen instead of saw. And I'm assuming they mean I seen instead of I saw, which is another one associated with African American English, Southern English, and more. And I think it might be a couple things happening here, but a large one, I think, is that seen and saw for a lot of people have a lot of overlap. So they're picking one option to cover the whole scope, kind of like a who versus whom situation. I did not expect hate for a whole nother, because this is one of the coolest things to me. This is tmesis, where one word is split by another word, and then you get this new thing. And stuff like a whole nother is similar to like expletive infixation, like any frickin' where, right? Massa flippin' Massachusetts, abso-fucking-lutely, stuff like that. It's also similar to words that have been re-bracketed, like the word nickname used to be an name, but you know, when we speak, we don't have spaces in between. It just kind of comes all out together, right? And when you say it real quick, the boundaries get crossed and nickname was born. Here we got pronouncing words like button with a glottal stop instead of a hard T. And the glottal stop is actually one of the allophones of T in English. And allophones is different realizations of a phoneme or a sound unit that do not change the meaning of a word. So if I take kitten and take that hard T sound, change it to a glottal stop, kitten, that's the same word, right? But if I take that T sound and change it to a ch sound, kitchen, that's a different word. Apparently often is dumb, but often is smart. And I just want to ask, would you say the same thing about soften or fasten, moisten? No? Irregardless is a word, actually, and so is conversate, and so is supposedly, but I think this one might not be entirely Mom is Bomb's fault, right? Because irregardless in particular is sometimes used in media to highlight a character as being dumb, right? Like, I recently saw it happen in the show Kevin Can F Himself, so, you know, sometimes you can absorb things like that. But irregardless is a word, it's in dictionaries, and I know the dictionary doesn't decide what is and isn't a word, but it is a metric for some people. But it's a word, and it can stand distinct from regardless, because we can see that ir, that negative prefix, as adding a little bit of emphasis, right? A bit of oomph. It's kind of similar to overwhelmed, because whelmed originally didn't mean like regular or unbothered. Whelmed was, you know, overturned, right? Turned upside down, submerged. And that's kind of similar to what overwhelm is. But overwhelm has this kind of dramatic redundancy to it, right? It gives a little bit more pressure. We can view the of in should've and could've as a complementizer, similar to to, where to introduces infinitive phrases, of introduces past participle phrases. And of course, not everyone is saying of, right? People are saying have, but the people that saying of isn't dumb. If you hate that I say probably, then we might have some problems, because I'm not stopping.